Going within for answers. That is what we're going to be doing today and every day you listen to the show. Thank you for listening. I'm your intuitive life coach, Kelly T. Smith, and you can always find me at www.kellytsmith.com. We go live every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'd love to hear from you. Let's get started. Hi, you guys. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me because I was just live on air for 20 minutes but never on air. So I was basically sitting in my queue and I thought that I was live, but I never apparently hit the live button. So I would love to hear if you guys can hear me, and I'm going to type in the chat just to make sure. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I just did a show for 20 minutes and nobody could hear me. I mean, I wasn't on air. That is hilarious. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Hi, my name is Kelly T. Smith. I'm an intuitive life coach and a hypnotherapist. And today we're going to be talking about how to get out of our own way, how to move out of our own way. And this is a topic that is really important to me because it's something that I've struggled with my whole life. So I have a few tips and tools that I'll be able to share with you guys. But I just want to check really fast to make sure that for those of you that are following the show right now, oh, awesome, Daniel, you can hear me. Thank you so much. Sorry, you guys. Okay, thank you, Molly. Oh, man, I can't believe I did that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I drew a card to start the show with, and the card that I drew is the New Door card. So I'd just like to read that for you. It says, your prayers have been answered and a new door is being held open for you. New relationships and experiences cannot and will not enter your life if all your energy is focused on relationships and situations that no longer serve you. Make room for new loving people and experiences to enter your life. As your life falls apart, it also falls together. Let go of resistance to moving into the unknown. Call on your angels and guides to help you make this a smooth transition. Your prayers have been heard and a new door is being held open for you. All you have to do is trust and walk through it. So that's really the main message for today, is that how we get in our own way. First of all, I love the metaphor of a new door. When I first wrote that card and I was really meditating on that, Spirit comes through and gives us this metaphor about how, your angels and guides, as soon as you ask for something, your angels and guides are holding the door open. But it's this invisible door, and what does that even mean? So door represents opportunities, and it represents change. But then when Spirit shows us that all we have to do is say yes and walk through it, what does that metaphor mean? Well, that metaphor means that we have to take some sort of action. So walking through the door is really about you allowing yourself to move toward what it is you say you want. So if you say you want something and you're just sitting around and not doing anything to take action or to make it happen, then you're getting in your own way by inaction. I always say that action is the quickest thing that is going to, help you get out of that funk where you feel like you're stuck and you can't do anything. If you take action, obviously you're going to end up moving in a new direction. And if you don't do, if you don't do anything, then you're going to stay stuck. But what's funny to me is that just taking action isn't always the answer either. Because if we're just constantly taking action and go and doing all of these different things, but we're not allowing ourselves to tune in to that bigger part of ourselves that is really the driving force behind that creation, then our action doesn't make any difference at all. So moving out of your own way is about getting in touch with that bigger part of yourself. And so, a good metaphor for this is that I'm currently teaching a class online that I absolutely love. I have a bunch of wonderful, amazing people in my class, and I'm teaching the Intuitive Reader 101 class. And everybody in there is absolutely amazing. And one of the things that I teach, and we're all learning to, do professional readings for people, and that can be pretty scary. And one of the things this week in homework that I'm teaching is that we have to take risks in our reading if we're going to give a good reading. So, it's kind of like we have to kind of jump before we know what we're jumping into. And what I mean by that is that we'll get a vision, we'll get a knowing, we'll get something guided that we have to tell the other person, but we have to take a risk and a leap in faith that we're right. Before we know, we have to just open our mouth and say, yes, I'm getting this vision, and we have to trust that that's right. And that is a very, very hard thing to do. And because our mind wants to go, no, that isn't right. None of that is true. What if I say the wrong thing and the person gets mad at me? So we just have to really take a leap of faith and take a risk. And usually in a reading, when you're in that place where you're just allowing the messages to come through you rather than thinking about what you should say, you're always right. So, taking risks is pretty much the only way that we can get out of our own way. And so we think of risks as something that may not pan out the way we wanted it to. But the truth is that no matter whether or not it does, there's something in it that we're going to get from it. So when we take a risk, when we take a leap of faith, maybe we borrowed money to start a new business, or maybe we quit our job to live our life, to move into doing what it is we love. And that's a risk. What if it doesn't pan out? But the truth is, even if it doesn't, you're going to get something in return for taking that leap of faith. You're going to get some kind of knowledge. You are moving, and moving is important. And as long as you're in alignment with your higher self, or in alignment with that bigger part of you, then no matter what, things will always end up working out. And I love how the card talks about how sometimes things have to fall apart in order for them to fall together. And that's the key, you guys, is that if we want change, then everything that we have built up around us is going to have to kind of fall apart so that we can build a new foundation. And, when things start to fall apart in our life, we have no choice but to change. And usually that's like relationships go away or our jobs end, and all of those seems like the most horrifying experiences. But those are usually the doors that are opening, and we don't see it like that. We see it as something going wrong. We see it as our life falling apart. But in truth, our life isn't falling apart. It's falling together. And we have to learn to just allow ourselves to trust and take a leap of faith. So anytime I'm wanting to do something, or anytime I'm feeling like I'm in my own way, I always have to ask myself what it is I really want. So being in your own way is also about being in your head. You're going to make up a ton of excuses about why you're not good enough. And you can do that we all do that. And if we allow it to go on, it's never ending. But I want you to think of all the ways you are good enough. And instead of thinking of all the things that could go wrong, you need to think of all the things that could go right. And instead of thinking of making a mistake and somebody getting mad at you, you need to be thinking of something profound happening because you took a leap of faith and how you could have helped someone. So it's really just a shift in perspective. Once we begin to challenge this chatter in our mind, once we begin to challenge all of these false ideas that keep us stuck, then we can move them out of the way. I used to say, I'm thinking about Wayne Dyer. Oh, I just love him. One time I listened to him on the radio, and he said that the whole audience was asking him, how do you not hold yourself back? And Dr. Wayne Dyer said, "How do you hold yourself back?" He was saying, "I don't get how you hold yourself back. It's so painful." And I was thinking, oh man, I could write a book on how to hold yourself back. It's what I've been doing my whole life. And the fact that I knew that, the fact that I was aware that I purposely hold myself back was a huge epiphany for me, because we are all aware that we hold ourselves back. So a good thing for you to, and it is painful, and it gets to the point where you literally just start to feel unhealthy because you're not allowing yourself to fully express yourself. And as soon as you allow yourself to fully express yourself and to fully move out of your own way, then life really starts to move for you. So how do we know when it's time? How do we know when the door is really open? And I'm getting this energy in my body right now. Our Spirit's showing me that there's this openness in your heart. It feels like if you just sit in it and you start to visualize what it is you're wanting and to change and what feels wrong in your body, and that feeling of wrong and that resistance, and it's evil. It's even like a twitching in our body or muscle spasm. It just doesn't feel good. But as soon as we go in there and we say, okay, I hear you, we go into our energy and we say, okay, I hear you. You're not happy. You don't feel loved. You don't feel respected. You're not feeling like you're getting, the recognition that you deserve. You're not, all of these things. When we go in there and in our energy, we listen to our body, we listen to what's going on within us, and we support ourselves, then we start to get feedback from within us that guides us to what it is we're really wanting. Because a lot of times we're just on autopilot and we're just doing whatever it is we think we should be doing, and that's just making us even more miserable. So how we get out of our way is honesty. We have to take a look at what it is we keep trying to do that we think we're supposed to do that's not working. If something isn't working, it's because it doesn't always mean that we're doing the wrong thing 100%. It usually means then it could mean that, but it also could mean that we're in the wrong mindset, and that there's some component from within us that's missing. So, it is 10:30, and I know that I was pretty much talking to myself for 20 minutes and you guys couldn't hear me, but I'm probably going to cut this radio show short today because I have quite a few people that I wanted to draw a card for. So I'm going to go ahead and start drawing cards. It's funny, I already drew cards for you guys, but nobody was here to listen. So the first card that I drew was for Anna. And it was the Universal Bank card, Anna. And the message for you is the card says, everything you need to thrive is already here. So when I tuned into that message about everything you need to thrive is already here, I was getting a message from your angels and guides that was showing you that don't give up. Like, there's a breakthrough for you coming with prosperity. There's a breakthrough for you coming with money and financial abundance, and all of these things are happening for you, but that you have to hold the vibration of it being here now. You have to let go of constantly worrying about money, and you have to feel that energy of it being here now, and that is what is going to make you become magnetically attracted to it, and then you're going to become a vibrational match. So lots of good things are coming for you as far as financial shifts and changes, but you just have to be open to that vibration and open your heart to that vibration. The next card that I'm going to draw is Jen. And Jen, I got the soulmate card, and it says, this relationship is a match made in heaven. And I'm using the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle cards deck, by the way. When I tune into the message for you, so there's a lot of shifts and changes going on in your relationships, and I feel like there's lots of challenges. And that's a message for everyone that's listening, is that we're having a lot of challenges in our relationships, a lot of shifts. People that we don't want to let go of are moving out of our lives, and those people too are our soulmates because they challenge us to grow. They challenge us to dig deep. They challenge us to heal something within ourselves, because everything that is going on in our outer world is really an expression of what is going on from within us. So when we start to do the inner work, then our relationships will start to change. So if we feel like we're always attracting just one type of person, like we're always attracting people that expect too much from us, or people that judge us a lot, or anything like that, it's because we expect too much from ourselves, because we judge ourselves. We need to go back inside and listen to what's going on within us, to how we feel about ourselves. And as we shift that discord from within us, we're going to shift our relationships. And the next person on my list is Julie. So give me just a second here. And Julie, I got a self-sabotage card. So it says, you may be creating You may be creating pain for yourself by standing in your own way. And that is exactly the theme of today's show, is standing in our own way. So let me tune into that card for you. So I'm getting a lot of messages about guidance that's coming through for you, and allowing yourself to trust in yourself to make a decision. So you're kind of in inner conflict. And as soon as you allow yourself to do something that might not be easy for you to do, if you just allow yourself to make a decision that might be a little hard or rough, that decision is going to set you free. That's the message that I'm getting. The next person on my list is Danielle. And Danielle, I pulled the spiritual gifts card for you. It says you are in the process of developing or fine-tuning your spiritual gifts. So as I tune into this card for you, Danielle, so much amazing energy for you. So many new doors are being opened for you, and this is just about you trusting in yourself. There's a big message for everybody listening today, is that moving forward and getting out of our own way is about trusting ourselves. Trust that you're in the right place. Trust that you are moving in the right direction. Trust that you are gifted. Trust that you have something that's going to change the world. So just allow yourself to move forward now, and all these doors are being opened for you. And trust that you are good enough and that you are moving in the right direction. The next card is for Andrea. Hi, Andrea. And the card that I drew for you is synchronicities. So it says, allow the magic to unfold as synchronistic events lead you in a new direction. And when I tune into the energy of this card for you, Andrea, it's really talking about you being in the magic of manifesting the life of your dreams. So it feels like you're getting in the flow and things are just going to start happening for you. This is a really big deal. This is like exciting energy all around you and things starting to really take off for you. And the next person on my list is Cheryl. Hi, Andrea. Did you hear your message? And Cheryl, I get a message for you. The card that I drew is your soul is guiding you to stand in your light and speak your truth. And as I tune in to this card for you, Cheryl, as the Speak Up card has everything to do with you sharing your gifts with the world. It has everything to do with you being honest with the world about who you are and getting out and sharing your message. It's really exciting, Cheryl, and I know that's a message for a lot of everyone listening. And the next card that I have, person on my list, is Molly. And then, hi, Molly. Okay, the card that I drew for you, I drew like two kind of fell out. And the first one, Molly, is follow your heart and make your values a priority. And the second one is you have lived many lifetimes and gained wisdom beyond your years. And that's the old soul card. So let me tune into this for you. So I feel so much busyness around you and so many things starting to shift. And I feel like there can be a sense of overwhelm for you sometimes. And as things are starting to shift and change for you, there's just so much going on in your world that as long as you're following, so it can be a little bit, I keep getting this message where it's like a little bit overwhelming, but as long as you're following your heart's desire, as long as you're trusting in what it is you feel guided to do, and just, you're going to have to start making decisions about letting other things go. And I know that can be challenging, but you're moving into a whole new you. And it's really, really exciting. So don't feel guilty. And don't try to do all things all at one time. You know, don't try to do everything. Don't try to be all things to all people, because now you're moving in a different direction. You have to follow your heart. You have something big that you're getting ready to do. And this is something that you have to just allow yourself to not feel guilty that you're going to say yes to that, because this is your destiny. And when I look at this card about old soul, it says, you have lived many lifetimes and gained wisdom beyond your years. This like, that card is like, that's your sign that you truly have something significant to share with the rest of the world. And it's time for you to do that. So those are your cards. And then, hi, Frederick. I'm going to draw a card for you. And Andrea says, thank you for the message. It feels very uplifting. I've been having really good luck lately and clarity about what's next. That's awesome, Andrea. And Frederick, the card that I pulled for you is Increase. And so that's a message. Oh, that's awesome, Molly. Molly says, I'm already starting to do this and to shift things. That's awesome. And Frederick, the card that I drew for you is Increase. It says, you have successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart. Oh, this is exciting, you guys. And all these messages are for everyone listening. So we're getting a lot of messages about financial abundance, manifesting the life of our dreams, not feeling guilty about saying yes. That there's a lot of energy around financial abundance. So, Frederick, when I tune into the Increase, give me just a second. The card for the Increase for you. Ooh, I'm getting guidance that I'm supposed to read this card because it has a message for everyone. So give me just a second. If I can find it. Okay, you have successfully manifested something. So you guys, this is for Frederick, but all of us. So it's the Increase card. You have successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart. There's an advancement of some sort coming your way very soon. This card is assuring you that you have successfully manifested something very near and dear to your heart. Just as you think all hope may be lost, you're getting ready to be surprised in a very big way. Something exciting is on the horizon for you. One of our soul's lessons has been to maintain an essence, feeling and knowing that these things will increase, and in this way, you're holding space for more opportunities to come your way. Continue feeling this way because you're manifesting new opportunities that will bring in more abundance and financial security. If you do not have tangible evidence that this is on its way, your angels and guides are letting you know that you'll reap the rewards of your efforts very soon. Keep up the good work. You're moving forward, and things are about to shift for you in the most unexpected ways. Everything happens in divine timing. Continue to keep the faith and know that all is for your highest good is on its way now. Yay, I like that card. Abundance Angels, yep. And my final card is for Nicole. So, hi Nicole. And I think I got everybody. And Nicole, the card that I got for you that jumped out was connected. Oh man. So I got 2 of the major connected cards. The first one is you are connected to the heavenly realms, and the second card jumped out, heavenly helpers. It says your spiritual team is guiding you through this difficult situation. So it feels, so you definitely got a lot of support right now as I'm tuning in. So give me just a second. Major life transitions, opportunities, and like pathways are opening, and you just have to trust that you are gifted and you are connected and you can do this. So there's some big changes, some big things coming forward for you, and you just have a lot of support on the other side, and you are definitely connected and you can do this. And Danielle says, thank you so much for the card, Kelly. I needed to hear that reassurance. Awesome. Thank you guys for listening, and I'm so sorry that I did that. I was literally on air for 20 minutes, like not even on air, just talking to myself. And I kept feeling like something was wrong because nobody was in the chat, and I felt like I was really nervous. Maybe I needed to practice first or something. I don't know. But thank you all so much for listening to me. It's a good message. Just follow your heart. This is a good message as far as the show goes for me too. Just follow your heart, believe in yourself, and do what you know you got to do. And by moving out of our own way, Spirit is really just saying, get out of your head, back into your heart, and allow the universe to open doors for you and then take action. Thank you all for listening, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.